In this video, we're going to write our first program. So let's start with a new Java project named Lesson 1. Again, we're going to use this project folder as a root for source and class files, and finish. Now we're going to add a new class to that folder, and this class is going to be the name of our program, which is going to be welcome. After you write the name, we're going to select that we want public static void main string args. So that's going to print that line of code for us already, and that's what we want. And we also want comments to be generated. And I'm going to go into what a comment is in a few seconds. So you can go ahead and expand, as if you can see here, it skips forward, so you can go ahead and expand that. So we're going to simplify this. We don't need two comments in the beginning. We're going to go ahead and exit out of that and delete one of the asterisks here in this first line. Now a comment is opened up / and then an asterisk, and every line after that that you have space written will have asterisks, and then you're going to close it with an asterisk and a /. So what exactly is a comment? A comment is something that a programmer reads, but the computer or the compiler does not read it. So these symbols let the compiler know that they do not need to read this, so they're going to start at line 6 when reading it, or we can clean this up a bit and they're going to start at line 5. What I like to put in the comment section, I like to start with a name. So I'm going to be writing this code, so my name's May. I kind of like to organize it, so this is going to be lesson 1. So you can just hit enter and it'll continue your asterisk. I like to write a file name, which is going to be welcome. And this is going to be stored as a .java. So like Microsoft Word stores things as .doc or .ppt, Java is stored as .java. That's the extension. And then underneath my main comments, I like to give a short comment about what the program does. So what we're going to do is that this program prints or displays a simple message, and we're going to make that simple message be welcome May map programmers. Alright, so we don't need this comment here, so go ahead and get rid of that. Move everything up a few lines just to get it organized. This comment at the front of the program is known as a program comment. Eclipse color coordinates this as green, so anything in green you know that the compiler is not going to read. Down here you can see a double slash, and that's also to do a comment, but that symbol is just for single line comments, but we don't need this yet, so let's go ahead and get rid of it. So now we're starting with public class welcome. Public means that any program can have access to this file. So you always want to start with public. Class is in which the Java programs are divided, and it starts the template for everything. And we named this class welcome. So as you can see within our lesson folder, this class is named welcome. The file is welcome.java, and the class is welcome, so the beginning of that .java. So this first line is called the class header or header line, and the class starts with an open bracket and ends with a closing bracket. Everything in between is the class body. Now within a class you're going to have a method, and a method is basically a list of steps that have been collected together and organized and given a name. So this is the header line for the method, and the steps will be down here. So step 1, do this, step 2, so on and so forth. So this is the header line, and this is named main string args. So the statements are the steps within the method. Now, as you can see here, these are underlined red, which means that there is a problem in the code. Our compiler does not read step 1 and step 2 because I just made them up off the top of my head, and they're going to be marked on the side, and your numbers are going to be highlighted as well. So this is a nice feature that Eclipse does, so if you ever see red, you know that it right away there's something wrong in your code. So let's go ahead and erase these. So we're going to write something that is understandable in Java. Under the public static void main string args, this bracket opens the method and this bracket closes the method, so we have to write in between those two. So we're going to say system.out.println. And we're going to put an open parentheses, and then it already adds on a second one that closes that, and we're going to put a semicolon after that, which means that that statement is over. Now, system.out.println basically takes what's inside of the brackets and prints it out. So we want our message to say, welcome, Maymap programmers, with an exclamation mark. Now we had to put quotes. Now we had to close these within quotation marks because this is a character, and Java knows that anything within quotations are characters or letters. So let's go ahead and run this. To run the program, you can click the green button up at the top that has the little play symbol, or you can go up into your navigation bar and click run and run again. So it's going to pop up with a window that says save and launch, and go ahead and click OK. So if you look at the bottom of the page, down in our console, welcome Maymap programmers is displayed how we wrote it. Now we can go up here and change it to anything. We can just say welcome to Maymap. Go ahead and run that again, and it's going to change what's displayed in the console, because up here where you're telling it to print out these characters.